Yeah. 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 Are you on that blue sky there? What with the water? There's some water. Does you see the water? I gotcha. Say something else. Say something else. Okay. I'm trying to figure out if you can be heard. I don't hear you at all. Okay. I can try. I ain't gonna give you none of them guarantees. Say something else.
Do. Like that?
You sound weird.
Do. Who are you calling weird?
Say something else.
Something else.
Say something else.
Something else.
Yeah, it sounds even worse on the stream. Okay, so why is this the problem now?
Yes, something's got to be a problem, and it was next in line.
Try saying something now. Try again. Actually, you should probably just talk. Duh.
Okay.
Duh.
I don't know if that was a yes or not, but I'm going to assume it was. Okay. I don't know if that was a yes or not, but I'm going to assume it was. Okay.
That is what he does. Yeah, maybe. Could try saying something now.
I said my thing. Now it's your turn to say a thing. That's called conversation.
Okay, finally I got it to fucking work. Cheesemas.
Yay.
Cheesemas Christmas. Christmas poo. Okay. You tell me who you is.
I just did that.
Yeah,
I am
absolutely nobody could hear you though.
I am Boris the Filcher, and I was put in charge of an expedition to this new land that's probably got some kind of native peoples there, so we'll have to get rid of them first. But I was the only one that would take the job, so I got stuck with it.
See.
Do you?
Probably. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. So, I'm guessing with a name like Boris the Filter, you getting any kind of job from it is not going to be based on your stellar reputation.
Well, I mean, it's mostly based on my reputation, just not in a good way.
Okay. Where's it at? I can't find it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I just can't find it. I looked and I looked and I can't find it.
Did you try opening your eyes?
Oh. There it is.
See?
Alright, so you, our own, the Bagger. A relatively large galleon. Sort of unusual, distinctive sort of outline, because it's sort of got weird bumps. Sort of like those huge trucks that have the hips, you know? Please tell me you know what I mean.
They're thick trucks.
Yeah. And that is because there is a section where there's basically like a paddle, like a big paddle wheel underneath the boat, where you guys can sit down there, and if like there's no wind at all, you can just sit down there and pedal. But aside from the weird bulges on the side, all you can tell is that yeah, all you can see is a galleon aside from the weird bulges. So,
okay.
Let's see, BD. They decided to carry large amounts of grain for some reason.
To make bread.
I guess so. Or beer, maybe.
What about sheep? Sheep have many uses, and the journey is long.
So.
Oh, no sheep?
I think probably the tipping point, aside from the fact that they would actually take the job, is that this ship is kind of known for having a master navigator who is named Olsen. He's the first mate. Human. Captain is a dwarf lady named Viol. There's like a good couple dozen crew members aside from you. You've only met a few of them though. Most of them are dwarves. A lot of the ones you've met have been dwarves, but there are just as many humans. Sort of a more or less even spread between male and female too.
Okay.
Appears to be this 13th day of the 6th month. So sort sort of in the middle of summer, but it's 9 p.m. So it's not too hot at the moment. When you are not planning or any of that stuff, what is your main job aboard the ship?
To make a map.
Okay.
And also, I meet this hot chick, and then I draw her naked.
I kind of feel like that might be backwards, because sent along with you, one of the few people that were sent along with you is CC Venti. It's a human. I would say probably, yeah. Blonde, 5'5". She's your scribe. So basically, she, if your job is to make a map, she does the work, and you basically just sit over her shoulder and go, no, it's shaped like this.
I think I can handle
that. Also, along with you specifically, are the Horsons, a dwarf couple. One of them's a sort of surprisingly tall, intimidating-looking fighter. The other's a druid. She's actually going along to learn more about like the nature of the area. And then you've got your own fighter, Francent Cott, who, as far as he has a habit of just disappearing for entire days. And you're on a boat, so who the hell knows how he's doing that. But he always seems to disappear just when it's about his turn to do anything, basically.
But he always reappears when he's getting handed money.
Food.
Okay.
Since you've been on a boat for a few weeks, it's mostly food. Like, he shows up just in time to help with the end of something, so that he's not conspicuous for showing up just for food. The only one he doesn't run off on is Artag. Artag Horson, the sort of intimidating-looking male dwarf that's with you.
Well, my character will go and shake that dude's hand and say that it's not often that the heads of the place like actually do what they're supposed to do.
Bah?
It's the dude.
You're playing Tetris, aren't you?
No, I am not. It's paused.
So, the one you're talking to, the one that your lazy retainer is kind of afraid of, he's actually one of your guards too. So if anything, you're in charge of him.
Oh, okay. Good. Then I tell him to keep up the good work.
He just looks at you.
And pat him on the head.
I will say, one of the crew members calls out something. What languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Elven, Dwarven, Draconic, and Thieves' Cant.
Okay, so you actually do understand what he says. He calls out that there's something in the water. Captain Viol calls out, to slow, sort of I'm not 100% sure how you would slow down a sailing ship, so I'm guessing you just sort of give...
Drop the sails.
Yeah, you just sort of give the wind less sail to catch. I'm guessing that's what that is. Would come over to you and would explain there is something in the water making large bubbles.
Sure.
Huh?
Like you said, it was in the water making large bubbles. Is it a bubble maker?
I presume so.
Like, one of those machines that lets out bubbles.
It's by definition, I would presume that it is a bubble maker, seeing as how it is
Yay.
currently making bubbles. But we need to know, do we go around? Is this important enough that you want to investigate?
What's it look like?
She would take you to the front and would hand you the little tube.
In the bow?
No, the little tube is called a telescope, except it's not really a telescope. It's more of like a vision focuser.
Eyeglass?
Yeah, more or less, except there's without the glass part.
Oh. And the bow of the ship is the front of the ship. So what's it look like?
Well, she would point it out to you. You would sort of focus your vision on it, and it is just a section of the water that is producing bubbles consistently. Sort of like a spot in the ocean about maybe 15 to 30 feet wide that is just like a hot tub set on low.
I want to... Do we have, like, empty barrels on the deck or anything like that?
By this point, yeah.
Okay. I want to toss one of them in that area and see what happens.
Do you do this as you're sort of zooming by the spot, or?
Yeah.
So you're basically just throwing away their stuff.
The empty one.
Yeah, I mean, the druid can still, like, purify water and keep it in the barrel.
Yeah, but there's a lot of other barrels. You can just use those.
Okay,
I
so
am repurposing this one.
you do not have the captain slow down the ship or anything. Just sort of as you slowly sail past it, you throw a barrel onto it.
Yeah, what happens?
The barrel floats.
Okay. Do we have a barrel that's full of meat?
If you did, that would not be the kind of thing you would want to waste at sea, I feel.
Do we have sheep?
No.
Do we have chickens?
Probably not.
What kind of living creatures are on the ship besides humanoids?
That is a weird question. If you want to look up whether they took living animals onto boats with them for long voyages, then you could tell me.
There.
I'm just making weird noises.
And it's a .edu address. It wasn't even
making weird noises. What does it say?
It says that Columbus unloaded horses, cows, pigs, wheat, barley, and sugarcane.
Okay, so seems like you guys would have some stuff like that on it.
All right. Since the smallest one is a pig, I want to slice a pig's throat and throw it overboard into that area.
Okay. Well, the pig definitely looks up at you, locks eyes as it thrashes about and sinks, and wonders why the fuck you just did that.
I tell him he's dying for a good cause.
Okay.
Sacrifice is not in vain. I mean, it probably is, but I'm not going to tell him that.
Yeah, no. Um, the druid would sort of go like, "What?
Um, sorry. Um, where I come from, we don't keep pets. We keep them as food. Yeah, there's that.
Okay. Nothing of note happens.
Okay. Well, shit. All right, let's keep going. Sorry, Mr. Pig. Your death was actually in vain, but silver lining that to the rest of them. We will have plenty of bacon.
Okay. I'm just looking up how to do stuff. How
Okey-dokey.
things do. That's what I'm looking up. I went
Do
to
the
ask
things that
Jeeves
you
and I
do.
said, Jeeves, ask Google how things do.
And then you just went to go because Jeeves fucking sucks.
Okay, so uh what I would say is that there's nothing immediate, okay? Everything everything that you know of is hours away. But before the sun started going down, you very clearly saw that there was a sort of larger landmass sort of to the right, which is to your north, so it would be like up here or so. You're on this page, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. There's a one that's sort of just a bit smaller in front of you, and then there's a smaller one that was sort of, you know, south and west of the medium island. So, and then of course there's channels in between if you want to avoid those altogether.
Okay. Then I will go whatever the captain thinks is the safest route.
Okay. Well, what are your backgrounds again?
I have husbandry, meaning I guess I make a good husband, and
Yeah.
rapper and artist. I paint.
Okay. Ba 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 ba. What is trapper considered?
What is what considered?
They need an attribute to attach to.
Oh, I picked. Hold on, let me pull up my sheet because I actually went through and did that. Um,
Oh, you had husbandry as like strength or something?
Wisdom. No, well, you changed it to. Yeah, I had it on strength. But then artist and furrier were on dexterity. Actually, that shouldn't be furrier. That should be trapper.
They're more or less the same thing, at least for our purposes.
Okay. Not trappy, trapper.
Yeah. I don't get how that would be dexterity. Isn't that mostly
What?
like knowing where the animals will be and knowing how to set the traps? So wouldn't both of those be intelligence?
Maybe. I just chose Dex because it was my highest one, and I want to use it.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I think intelligence is.
Okay, here we go.
Artist text makes sense. Anyway. Int plus wisdom is 23, so you have 43.
43 what? $43 what? Oh, are you talking about my notice check?
Am I?
Sounds like it. Hey, I got a little boop. I noticed some stuff.
Huh. Okay. Let's do this. And template general. I don't know what that means. Ah! Farty butts. Haha. I have ruined their carefully laid plans. Okay, now the ability that says notice will just make you notice. 1 is yes, 0 is no. So, roll your notice.
I am rolling a notice. If I click on me... Wait, I can't click on me. Oh, where did you put that at?
Just...
Like, how do I find it?
Just special abilities.
Oh.
I figured since you were already looking there, it would...
I see it. Do I notice stuff?
Yeah, 1 is yes.
Woo!
0 is no.
Notice stuff.
What you would notice is that there appear to be uh, at very least campfires. There's some sort of light coming from the island to the on your right, like the big one.
Mm-hmm.
So like the southern end of it seems to have something.
Hey, let's go towards the something. Something, something.
Okay. Who do you say that to?
The captain.
Ah, okay. She would want to know what you're talking about.
The something, something. And I point it to her.
Hmm. You mean the lights, the campfire?
Yeah, all that stuff.
Hmm. Okay. Sure. Would tell Olson to change direction, go toward that way, because they were headed towards the one right in front. Because why wouldn't they head to the one right in front of them? They go two to the northwest. One north. One more that way.
Okay. Is this kind of like... Are we playing Battleship now?
Kind of, except you're not trying to sink anything of mine.
Alright, you want to bet?
In fact, all you can sink is stuff of yours.
No.
No, I don't like that.
Mm-mm. That's... No. No bueno.
So, do you know that you can control the boat?
I can control the boat. Okay, so where is the island at?
Like
I
I
don't
said,
see any
two.
kind of island on here.
Yes, because you're making the map, or at least we're making it as,
Ah!
or at least we're making it as we go along. Uh, this is where you started out. Bubbles.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. I'm imagining that's what they sound like. Just bloop, 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 bloop.
Oh,
Like that.
so like I said, two to the northwest, one to the north.
Okay. So that would be 2 right here. Right?
Where's the northwest?
Northwest is this way.
Relative to the hex that you're on.
Okay. So here.
One north. Yep, that would be it.
That's where I'm going. And the island is there?
Let's see. Two northwest, one north. There's like a little bit of the island there.
I'm hungry.
Me as well. Kind of.
Do we have pizza? Do we have pizza? You ate all the pizza, didn't you?
I don't know. Like that, except, looking a little bit like land.
Oh. Okay. Because it looks more like a nose. Or,
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
like
this is the bits. This is the bits that you can see so far.
It's like a nose giving me an Eskimo kiss.
Yeah, this is kind of what you can see. The point that has the fires going is about right here.
Okay, I will pull in the boat there, or tell the captain to pull it in there.
Well,
And
1, 2, 3, 4. This is about 4 hours. Actually, what you've gone so far is about 3 hours, making it midnight.
okay, we'll all stay on the boat until morning.
Um. You feel some difference. Like the boat starts acting differently. Like it starts jostling a bit more, even though it doesn't really look any different to you.
Oh, I bet it's that bubble monster. Yeah, let's stay on the boat for tonight.
Okay. This is while you guys are still sailing towards the island.
I'm not gonna fuck with that thing. Whatever it is can just stay down there, and we'll mind our business, and it'll mind its business.
I mean, I doubt you know what's going on, or I doubt your character would know what's going on. Would you just assume, or?
Yep, sure would.
Okay. Um, let's see. Where are you, and what are you doing?
I am on the ship, and I am going.
Yeah, I know you're on the ship. You have the blueprint of it, right?
Yes.
First of all, which deck are you on?
Where
There's steerage, which is bottom, cargo, main deck, then there's stern and forecastles.
I'm gonna say I'm on one of the Spelljammer quarters.
Right. I don't think they actually have those.
And then it'll just be guest rooms. Yeah, I'm on the cargo deck. And if I'm not there, then I am taking an officer's room. And he can sleep in the cargo area.
Okay, so you're actually in your room?
Yep.
Just sort of like laying down or what?
Yeah.
All right.
Not my job to steer the
So,
boat.
you hear the loudest noise. Just sort of this crashing. And you basically fall out of your bunk. Which I assume is a hammock. I don't know.
No, it's a regular bed because it's an office. Okay, I would start cussing and screaming and going into the hall and asking what the fuck is going on. Can't a man sleep around here?
The crew is just sort of going everywhere, just sort of running all over the place.
I stop one of them and say, "What is going on?"
I said, "We hit something."
Okay. How did we hit something if we are still?
This is still on the approach to the island.
I thought we parked it for the night.
No, that was the plan that you made. Doesn't mean it immediately happened.
Yes, it does. Alright, fine. I will go to the top deck and find out what's going on. Is there ice on it? Like, you know, Titanic kind of shit? Like, do we hit an iceberg? Can I yell, "Iceberg, dead ahead"? Can I do that?
Apparently, everybody's screaming for reports. Somebody says that it's not leaking, but the paddles aren't working. The sort of paddle wheel isn't working the way it should.
I knew I shouldn't have drawn that girl naked.
Seems to have broken in some way.
Okay, so somebody fix that, and I will go back to sleep.
Well, basically he says he could... He could fix it if he had the sort of supplies to do it, and it would take a while.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Well, sounds that way until you realize it means heading towards the nearest shore and seeing if you can find something there.
Well, let's do that. Wake me up when we arrive. I need my beauty sleep. Do we have any pizza left?
You are closer to the pizza than I am.
Okay, well, can I grab a piece of pizza?
Sure.
Hey, do you want some too?
If there is any.
Okay.
I wonder if I still have that thingy. No. No, it doesn't appear as though I do. Oh well. No thingies, no problem. Let's see if I can find a decent picture. Find a decent picture. Do 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 do. Ba ba ba. Huh. Huh. I didn't mean that specific place.
I'm back.
I'm not.
But I don't have my headphones on yet. Now I do.
That's good because I'm not back. I don't know how you can, with all good conscience, call yourself back.
I'm definitely back.
It's just so unethical.
Mm-hmm. What are we doing?
Eating pizza, trying not to chew into the mic.
Oh, well, don't worry. I'll do that for us. Can I rename the ship? The Baga sounds weird.
I don't know. Sounds like its name.
Sounds like Russian balls. I mean, we can come up with a better name than that.
That sounds like its name.
Nope.
Yes.
I'm going to call it Poopsie. So did we make it? Hey.
They would say you would hear them just kind of shouting. Basically, when the crash happens, shouting starts and it doesn't really stop.
I go up every few minutes and yell at them to keep it down.
Which is to say that you know exactly when you make it to the shore, or at least close enough that you could get there.
How's that?
Because they never stop really shouting. So you kind of know all the news, even though you're just kind of hiding away in your room. Like some sort of
coward
teenager.
I put a sign up on the door that says keep out.
They are, this means you, Becky. Basically, you are the one that's in charge of this. I mean, captain's in charge when it comes to, like, being at sea. But, like, as soon as it comes to land time, you are the one in charge.
Alright. I tell everybody to unload and set up my tent. There's like a really big tent, but I'm the only one that sleeps in it. And after they finish that, they can theirs, I guess.
Okay. See, I didn't realize you were going to be playing someone who is clinically insane.
Hey!
Yeah.
He has his first taste of power and he likes it.
Captain would come to you, say, they need some kind of tool that they don't have on board.
And this is my problem. How?
I mean, that's the burden of command.
Yeah, but it's on the ship, and I'm not in charge of the ship. And I just pat her on the shoulder and say, that is the burden of command.
What is it with characters who don't want to do anything? Okay.
Fine. What is it that you need?
They send out a group of about probably half a dozen of the crewmen.
What is it that she needs?
Since you're not going to do anything, they send out about half a dozen crewmen. They sort of spend most of the night trying to make sure the boat doesn't sink because it wasn't immediately leaking, but at some point it started leaking. So they're mostly just trying to make sure it doesn't sink.
Okay. What does she need?
Well, hold on. The sun would rise on this kind of shore, this sort of sandstone, just very craggy, lots of jagged places and little pockets and stuff like that.
No white sand beaches here.
Oh, there's definitely sand. It's just not really good. Anyway, morning comes, and the crewmen that were sent out still aren't back.
What did you send them for?
Well, there was that village you guys spotted, and they needed some sort of well, not only a supply of lumber, but like basically like a beam, like a big heavy beam, and basically the lumber they brought for repairs is more in the order of slats. On top of that, they need the wood to. They need the ability to sort of shape it to their liking, which involves sort of heavier tools than they carried on board with them.
TLDR, they need some wood.
They need wood and they need the stuff to shape it.
Alright. I will tell 6 more men to come with me. And we will go and collect them and the wood and the shaper thingy. You want something done right. Try to find someone else to do all the work so you can take all the credit.
Okay. You would go on shore. I'm assuming there's like a little dinghy or something. Do you think?
I'm just laughing at the word dinghy.
How long did you wait to see if the 6 you sent out were gonna come back?
How long do I spend laughing at the word dinghy?
I don't know. But, what time in the morning would you leave?
Like 9.
Okay.
After a light breakfast of eggs, bacon, and sausage.
Well, I mean, you would. You really would. Except for, there's no bacon.
Pigs. I hold that animal's face in my hands and I say, "Your sacrifice is not in vain." And then I slit his throat.
Yeah, no. What you threw overboard yesterday was the last pig.
God damn it. Alright. Then I guess I could just do like steak for breakfast. Steak and eggs. You have a cow, right?
There are probably eggs. There's probably eggs. There's probably whatever. Some sort of meat. Some sort of meat and probably beans. And that type of bread that's so dense you kind of worry about losing a tooth in it.
Yeah, I don't eat that.
And, yeah. For the most part, this is a very pretty but mostly desolate rock. Like, lots of grass, lots of little shrubs. Here and there might be like a herd animal, like a specific type of herd animal. Something that kind of looks like a goat or a sheep, but looks weird, alien enough to be weird.
Okay.
The ones you have with you would, of course, be your scribe.
Of course.
Um,
Someone has to record my grand adventures.
Druid. Her husband, the fighter. Let's see. You don't see Francent.
I don't see what?
Francent, the other guy who is specifically attached to you, who isn't just there on the boat. He's specifically attached to you.
All right, where is he?
Red-haired human, always disappears when there's work and then comes back in time for food.
Okay. I start hollering for Franson.
Okay, he's nowhere on the cargo deck.
Well, okay, someone find him. Anyone find him? Just find him.
Everybody kind of shrugs at you.
Seriously? Okay, who's the last person to see someone? Be him.
Last night, dinner.
Okay.
There's another crew member that says that he came up for breakfast, just kind of took some stuff and disappeared back downstairs.
Okay, so then we need to check downstairs and check his cabin.
Nope, nothing there.
Is his cabin completely empty?
Not completely empty, he's just not in it.
Okay.
Now this would be on the cargo deck, because you were up on the main deck where everybody sees you. You went downstairs to the cargo deck. There's still one floor down.
Okay, well, let's go down to the bottom.
This is where you keep all your wonderful smelling livestock and so forth.
Yeah, bacon supplies.
The only source of light would be like a little lantern torch thing, which the smell would just be overpowering. Give me notice.
Okay. Do I notice something?
What you notice is that there happens to be a cow that's wearing a belt. A cow wearing a belt.
Oh, okay. Do I recognize the belt as Franson?
Well, it's just sort of tied cord, basically. And then you notice that it's also wearing suspenders. It's also just sort of tied rope.
Does it look like those are Franson's clothes?
No.
Aw, I thought I'd solved the mystery.
It's just sort of rope. Like, one's where a belt would go and, like, two over the shoulders. And they sort of lead down underneath the cow.
This is weird. Like, cows don't wear clothes. This is definitely not right.
Like, the ropes just sort of go underneath the cow.
Someone find out why this cow is wearing clothes.
Okay.
Does anyone recognize those clothes?
They're not clothes. They're a rope where the belt would be, and more rope
Oh.
where suspenders would be.
Oh, okay. So, why? Okay, why would he? Why would someone just wrap a cow up in rope? Weird. Has this cow always been like this?
Um. Who are you asking?
Just someone who's down there, that, like one of the crew members.
Say no, not normally, but the red-haired fellow appears to have made friends with it. So I don't know, he dresses it in robes. I don't ask.
Oh, so this is Franson's doing. Is that how you say his name, Franson or Francis?
Yes.
That's not helpful. Franson. Kate. Alright, I'm just going to call him Francis on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he can correct me, but I'll immediately forget.
Sure. So what are you doing?
Does anyone know why Francis would be dressing up a cow in ropes?
I'm assuming you would know better than anyone.
And so, do I know why he's dressing up the cow in ropes?
No idea.
Okay, so obviously I'm thinking that Francis just has some weird cow fetishes. Fine, I'm not judging. Does the cow look like he's in need of therapy? Type of intervention, crisis counseling? Just want to make sure his needs are taken care of.
Oh my.
Have to take these things seriously.
So are you checking out the cow or not?
Yes, I'm checking out the cow.
Okay. Well, you sort of follow the ropes, which seem to be under some tension, and, well, you see that there appears to be a rudimentary but fully functional, what would you call it? Hammock underneath this cow. And there appears to just be a dude laying underneath the cow.
Is it Francis?
Yeah.
Is he alive?
Could be dead. Probably just asleep.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna push him out of the hammock.
Okay. He would get up, like he would just, you'd push him out and he'd fall to the floor and go, and by the time he's, like, up on his knees, he's got a dagger out.
Francis? What are you doing with this cow?
He sees it's you and just sort of goes to wipe his eyes, free of, nap boogers.
You.
He goes, what do you wake me? I'm up. You, why?
What are you doing with this cow, Francis?
Well, I'm sleeping under it. What does it look like I'm doing?
Do you have an intimate relationship with this cow?
I don't know. It's a nice lady, I guess.
I mean, is she in a consenting relationship with you? Because I don't want another lawsuit. Can't afford it.
I mean, hasn't squished me yet.
Okay.
I feel like
And the
that'd
last one
settle it.
did? The last one did, right?
I feel like that'd settle it in a hurry.
Okay, as long as it's consenting. I really don't like workplace relationships, but you know, if you're in love, I'm not going to stand in the way of love. The
Uh,
intimacy level.
you have
Anyway,
two dwarves that are just like looking at each other and just bewildered. Meanwhile, Cece is just furiously writing down all of this.
yeah. Well, Francis, we need your help. We're leaving now, so get ready and don't touch the cow.
Is it a leave? You mean up on deck?
Um, we're leaving the boat.
Are we here?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh,
Or somewhere.
well, that didn't take too long. Kind of stretches.
So, do we get to leave now?
Sure. You would get in your little dinghy.
He said,
Sort of row to where there's sand and a more moderate slope, and go up. Start walking. You'd see more of those wild herds of things. It's one of those things where it's like huge and bushy on one side, and then like almost naked on the other. You've seen those, right? Those sheep that are like.
oh, you were talking about sheep. No, I haven't seen those.
Yeah, there's a type of sheep that live on like an island where it's always windy. So one side of them is really, really heavily coated, and then the other side is almost short haired. That's kind of what it looks like.
Okay.
And there does seem to be a more than moderate breeze going once you get on top of the hills.
All right. So I tell one of the men that I would like mutton for dinner. So chop chop.
Who are you telling that to?
Not Francis and not the guy that writes stuff about me. Anyone else is fine.
Okay. The only one left is the druid lady.
Sure, I'll tell her.
She would say there is absolutely no reason to think that they wouldn't poison you. Or there's we have no reason to think that they're not sentient. More study is required before we establish what their uses are and are not.
We don't have a prime directive here. Come on, just kill the dang.
Oh, she absolutely does.
That's
why she went along.
Oh my god.
So,
deal with this shit.
From where you guys landed, it should be northwest.
Okay, northwest.
Yeah. First signs of life you see would be sort of trails. It seems to be sort of trails that herds use.
Oh, like Route 66.
But you know, consistently use. So it's a little more than, you know, normal. It looks like roads. It looks like a path in the woods, basically.
Okay. Well, let's go.
Next sign of life. See, this is a series of sandstone hills, and it's all jaggedy in places. So there will be places where there's just a fissure, just suddenly there's like a cliff, and there's just like a huge fissure, and you have to sort of make your way down and around it.
Okay. Who's carrying me? Francis?
I just... Oh my god, you get so impatient when I describe anything.
Don't. Not me.
Just like I stopped to describe the place and you're like, alright.
Now I will go off half-cocked and with not enough information.
So,
I said
second sign of civilization is you see little huts with stables full of these weird goat, sheep things. Thing is, they're on the other side of one of those fissures, so it would take sort of longer to get there than it would to keep going west.
Okay.
So
let's keep going west.
Okay. All in all, takes you maybe hour and a half, 2 hours, and you get to how many buildings do you think there would be in a group in a town of about 80 people?
Like 10 maybe? 10 or 11? No more than 15. Maybe 10. Could be 20. But probably 10. Let's call it 17.
Okay. So we will say that there is a big building in the center, big and long, big double doors, windows at the very top made of logs. That is sort of up on a hill that's got its own sort of little fence around it. It's sort of up on a mound.
Okay.
And so there's a trail that sort of leads down into a bigger area where there would be about another 8 or 9 little huts. Also made of logs, but, you know, not as big or as well built as the main building. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say that there are about 5 buildings in there. And then they sort of form this other fenced-in area. And this is just sort of big palisades, or not palisades. Is it palisades? Big logs in the ground forming a fence? Yeah. So it's just sort of big palisades. Although the secondary one wouldn't be very tall. So, let me see. Based on what I have here, it's like a big building there. It sort of goes boop, and then just sort of has a boop, boop, boop palisade around it. And it's on top of like a hill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then around it would be 1, 2... like that. And then there's sort of a secondary palisade that's like smaller. And it all looks as though it's been here for a while. Like well maintained, but like been here for a while. And so
do I see any people?
the road would just sort of lead out here, and it would lead up to the water where you would find the other like 4 or 5 buildings. The other 4 or 5 buildings would be built like right on the coast, sort of based around a single little dock, little quay area.
So they're fishermen's huts.
Yeah, basically. And that's sort of the you have to go down a hill, to get there, to get down to the shore, you know.
So, do I see people?
Yeah. Mostly down around the shore. Um, you see that there are some crops being grown here, but not very many. They don't look like they're doing too well. They seem to be like wild varieties of some sort of plant. Um, most of the people would be out on boats right about now. It's sort of like early. It's sort of like mid-morning for them. So most of them would sort of be within view, sort of out fishing. Uh, the exception would be the group that is centered around what seems to be basically a pit in the middle of the village proper.
Okay.
There seems to be a group of people who just have, like, they're carrying sticks. You can't tell if they're staves or spears or swords or what. It just looks like they're standing around the pit holding sticks.
That's a thing you could do. Right. I will walk up to one of them and raise my hand and say, "How are you doing?" I'm totally not a racist. They say "how" back.
Okay, let's do this. When you say you walk up to them, where do you go? Like, where are you when you walk up to them?
I'm just gonna go up to that area where they are.
Okay. I don't know if you've noticed, but the description I've been giving you basically means that you've come at them from a higher vantage point, which is why you can sort of see all this. To get down there, you'd have to go around to where this trail is, and then go inside to where the pit is.
Well, I mean, we've got to do that so we can talk to people. So.
Okay. Is that what you do?
Yep.
What are your languages again?
Common, Elven, Dwarven, Draconic, and Thieves' Cant.
I see. There would be a group of men and women who sort of would notice you and would come up, and it's clear that they're armed. Like, some of them have axes, most of them just have staves.
I raise my hands in like a I give up gesture and say, "We come in peace. Don't send us away in pieces."
What it sounds like is it sounds like a pidgin dialect of Dwarven when you hear it. And what it sounds like he's saying is, "Oh good, more slaves."
Aw, fuck. I will respond, "We are not slaves. We are merchants. We wish to trade with you."
Okay. Right.
And I explain how he will definitely make more money by keeping us free than he would ever make us as slaves. First off, I am a crappy worker. I can tell you right now, I have to sleep till noon most days. This was way too early this morning. So I think you would be better off to just trade with us, and your economy will grow, and our economy will grow, and then there's hard labor.
He says, rich man, you die, we take what you have. Then we'd be rich.
No.
You be slaves.
No, because not our money is in banks. We store our money in banks, so you wouldn't be able to get it with us dead or as your slave. So my suggestion would be, let me talk to your chief, the person in charge, and I'm sure he will see reason.
One of the guys who is taller, older slightly, would step forward and sort of go, Bjarni.
I'm pretty sure that's actually like another word for vagina. Oh, wait. Hold on.
Nope, it's an actual name. Icelandic male given name. So take that, you boat.
No, I respond with Laurel.
What's your name?
Oh, it's Boris.
Okay. What is your charisma?
Not great, but also Yanni means vagina.
I didn't say Yanni.
What did you say?
Bjarni.
Yarny. It's like redneck Yanni. It's 12. My charisma is 12.
Said a million dang times.
Oh, it says Barney.
It says Bjarni.
Barney with an accent.
Well, everything with you is an accent.
Hey.
Hi.
No, that's not how I sounded.
That ain't how I sounded.
It's that's. You stop. You stop making fun of me.
You stop making fun of me.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Fuck you.
What, Okay, so you would introduce yourself as Boris. You would explain that for many days now, the catch has not been good.
How?
Basically, they have 4 humans and 2 dwarves captured in this sort of pit. And their first reaction was to attack. Basically, they came up upon the village's sort of... They alerted somebody in the village who... and then when they were approached, they basically attacked first. And got overwhelmed.
That was dumb. Try to make friends first.
So basically, what he says is, the fishing has been so bad the past few weeks. He was planning on eating them.
Maybe the fishing has been bad because you've actually captured them. Maybe the gods want you to release them.
It says it will require more purification rituals than normal, but it's better than starving. So, they plan to eat them.
Well, yes, but what if that angers your gods further and then starve to death? Like, there's honestly not a whole lot of meat on them. They're already kind of scrawny looking. I don't think it's going to last very long.
He would ask who they are that the gods would care about them.
Never know. Maybe it's the next Messiah or whatever. Got to be careful because the gods take on many forms. More Indian bullshit.
One of his entourage would say that that's even better. If a god is weak enough that he can't get himself out of a pit, we eat him, take on his strength, be a better god.
I don't think that's how it works. The gods do not require worship them. So you're kind of wasting your time on that one, but they can favor you. I don't think your gods are favoring you right now. That's why you haven't been able to get any lately.
Okay, they have very little idea what you're saying. Basically, what it comes down to is fishing's been bad, so rather than starving, they're going to eat your crew members.
Well, you see, the thing is, we need them back. They belong to us.
Oh, surely they once did, but when they attacked, that was forfeited. Unless, of course, you have the money to pay for them.
Well, how much do you need? And I know that their behavior was stupid, short-sighted. And I apologize for having stupid friends.
He would list off several different things. So, like, something like 7 fishing boats or 2 longboats, several herds of the goat creature.
Here's the thing, though. There's not enough meat on them to account for all of what you're asking here.
No. What he's listing what would be acceptable in trade, or about 60 gold per head.
Or how about this? I'll give you a cow for all of them, and the cow will feed you much longer. Like, you can actually just milk it. More milk.
They don't understand cow, but they understand milking.
Cow is like a big goat thing. And able to continue milking it forever, which means that you'll never run out of food. I feel like that's a much better solution for both of us.
Roll your react. That should be under your stats.
Is that a good reaction?
They hold a sort of impromptu, whatever you call it, committee there. It seems like most of his entourage is saying that you can't be trusted. Because, you come along promising something that probably doesn't even exist, which would feed them forever. It just sounds fishy. It just sounds like a scam.
Well, here's the thing. I can show you this animal before you make up your mind. You can come and see the animal and watch it being milked so that way you know for sure that this cow will feed you forever.
Here's a question for you. Who do you think would actually go along?
I'm assuming that the chief would just send a couple of representatives with us.
Okay. So probably sons. Or one son and one daughter that you mistook for a son.
Is the daughter hot?
No.
God damn it. Like, I mean, she can still look kind of,
Manish?
Yes. I mean, that, depending on how, I mean, that could be okay. I don't judge.
I'm still gonna go with no.
Okay, but I mean, sometimes that androgynous thing, it's kind of interesting.
So, I will say that with them leading you, it doesn't take you 2 hours. It takes you about 45 minutes to get back to the boat.
Oh, I take careful notes about how to return in the same.
Okay.
Or actually, I don't take careful notes. I tell the scribe to take careful notes because I'm not going to waste my time with that.
The daughter sort of when she first sees your boat, she sort of points at it and just kind of gives a little like.
What's wrong with our boat? What do you not like about
her? There's a little moment where they sort of like poke each other with their elbows and go, "Look at that boat."
What's wrong with our boat?
It's so
I feel like you're being
fat.
Yes, but it's fat because we carry a lot of people and cows on it.
How do you ever get anywhere?
Well, we made it here. Have you even been off your island?
So, they say, yeah. They say they've been to something, and then it's one of those sort of doesn't translate directly. So they go, yes, I've left island. We went to the Tall Black.
What's the Tall Black?
They would explain that north, almost straight north of their village, are these, what you can only guess are like pillars or islands or something that seem to be made of black stone. And nobody really, they're only about 20 feet tall, but like they're definitely, they don't look natural, but nobody can figure out what they're there for. So
I think we should check those out at some point.
yeah, if you ever want to be an adult, it's a rite of passage.
Oh, but I'm already an adult.
So sure you are. So you would get back on the boat. Do you show him a thing?
Yes, I show him a cow. The cow. This is a cow. They move like the cow. Also, I show them the hammock underneath. I say, if you ever want to take a nap, they're very comfortable. Just ask Francis over here. Francis.
both of them seem to get excited about chickens. They call it a fish bird, or a ship bird rather.
Yeah, you want a ship bird? Okay, we can do that too. How about
They ask what you would accept in trade for, about 3 or 4 of them.
well, obviously I would need my crew members back. That's just not negotiable.
They
Uh
say that's what the cow is for. Yes.
so
Actually, they'd
what
say that's what the large goat is for.
yes. Now, what do you have that you could offer us?
What was your purpose in going there?
Area.
All I heard. All I
and
heard.
find a tool. I need a tool.
All I heard was area.
Okay. We need a wood shaping tool. Wood. Big chunks of wood. Beams. I show them what I mean on the boat.
Yeah, they do recognize that that piece is broken, and they say, "Yeah, that's not a problem." They keep something that would fit perfectly, just ready to go, just
Woo!
like it's part of the preparation for making new boats. That they just have these beams.
I am so glad that we were able to come to an amicable.
The daughter would pull out an axe and ask what you just called her.
Amicable means friendly.
And what does that mean?
That we like you and you like us.
She goes, "I am not like you."
No. We are friends.
She sort of looks at her brother and for a second just blankly and goes, "Oh, not quite clansmen."
Right. Yeah, whatever that means. Yeah, so friends. We are friends now.
They just kind of give it. They kind of give the back and forth hand and just sort of make like a. Yeah, I guess.
Oh, we're totally friends now. BFFs for life.
She would explain that they choose their not quite clansmen rather carefully.
Well, I'm glad you've chosen us. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. Now, about returning my men. Let's make those arrangements.
Oh man, this takes a while. Actually, roll strength. See what you can do. See if you can help. By roll strength, I mean, I guess that's 20 going for under.
Yeah, because there's not a clicky. That's not the right number.
Really? 1d29 isn't the right number?
Nope. And shit. Mine is 12.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
I break an L and then sit out the rest of the time.
So it takes a good while for them to get the cow to get the cow onto the shore.
I knew you could do it, though.
Okay, so you should have 10,000. So okay, so takes another few hours. Actually, you know what? This would be a chance to roll your animal husbandry.
Woo! I will make an. Is that good? Is that a...
What's the number you're trying to roll under?
I don't know. Animal husbandry. I don't know.
Wisdom 10. Plus 1, so 11. And he rolled 8 under 11. So I would say, yeah, that's good.
Hey!
Woo.
I sweet talked the cow off of the ship.
Yeah, so you managed to get there in about like an hour and a half, something like that. Still faster than you made it there the first time. Anyway, you come into the village, and basically even the people who haven't quite brought in their catch, for midday, just sort of leave what they're doing to come up and look at these animals.
That's fine. I just want to get my men and that tool and some wood. We'll be out of your hair.
Yeah, the son and the daughter would explain the trade they made, and they would share a good laugh with the villagers, just sort of explaining that your ship is as fat as this bird.
Yes, but we have to carry a lot of people. That's why it's so large, big bone.
Yeah, and the audience gives a laugh. You spend a good while being humiliated about the girth of your ship.
I guess yours just doesn't measure up then, huh?
But you get 4 red shirts back, and 2 of the dwarves that you met. One of them is this sort of claims to be an aristocrat of some sort, but you know that he does have some skill because you guys have been picking each other's pockets most of the way. His name is Kilmul. The other one's just sort of this dwarf lady, just basic dwarf fighter type, named Kadu. Kadu and Kilmul. And then there's 4 red shirts.
Alright, I guess we don't need to know their name. Hey, guess what, guys? You're gonna die, but don't worry. We will not even miss you. At all.
Did you ever play Star Trek Online?
Nope.
There's something that, it's just like a mechanic. It's just a video game mechanic. But if you actually think about it, it's absolutely horrifying. Once your ship gets damaged enough, you start losing crew members. But then if you go long enough, your health regenerates, and then basically the crew regenerates. It's just this it's horrifying. It's just like pumping people in to die. Like each one of those numbers is supposed to be a person. Anyway. So Kilmul would... You watch him sort of lift something out of one of the villagers' pockets. Does it pretty well. But then immediately sort of does that thing where he's trying to shake something off of his hand violently. And it seems like somebody had a pocket full of manure.
Oh, gross. That's what you get, man.
Anyway, what do you guys do? I mean, obviously you're carrying back the things, right?
Yep.
Your red shirts, and actually right now, you are a group of 11.
Hey. Now, we also get the tool and the wood?
The tool they need is sort of stationary. So they just have to do the work on it before they start carrying it.
All right. Well, you guys get the work done. I am going to have a peace pipe with the chief here. Right, chief? And I pat him on the back. Hard.
I think... No, I know he would pat you slightly harder.
This is going to turn into one of those Donald Trump handshaking competitions now. I'm totally down for that. I will whip his ass.
You pat him on the back, he pats you slightly harder. What do you do?
Pat him back a little bit harder.
There's one more of those where he sort of pats you a little bit hard, just a little bit too hard for it to be casual.
I will compliment him on his superior strength. He must work out, right? What, do you work out? Because you look like you work out. You're looking buff, man.
Oh, goodness. He just sort of bursts out laughing, just like, oh, it's the funniest thing he's ever heard. And asks you into the long, tall building that's sort of up on the hill.
Okay.
You know, sort of while the red shirts are doing stuff.
That works for me. So, do you have any, like, hot harem girls that serve us, or how does this work?
Yes, he does. But also, mostly what he has are just... Imagine those, basically troughs, like circular troughs at every corner, and the one nearest to you, you can smell. You assume the rest are similar. They are filled with some form of strong alcohol.
Okay. Gonna try that out first.
Yep. He basically walks up to his chair, which of course he sets up on like this little plinth so that his chair is higher than everybody else's. It's sort of one of those Skyrim, floor fireplaces with chairs set around it. Of course, there's only like a few small fires going, whatever they would need to cook, and the windows are almost all the way up at the ceiling, and there are actually some skylight types, and like all that's open, so there's enough light in here even though it's still dark. And he's says something, and brings, I'm going to say, your scribe and Francent are with you.
Okay.
And he calls for drinks, and basically four of them are brought to you, and he just sort of toasts to you specifically, and then waits for you to raise it too.
I will toast to his health and the future of his village. May you live many years and have many children with your beautiful harem girls.
The few men who are in attendance here, because most are like outside doing stuff, they actually do raise a cheer at that, so it's a good one. What I need you to do is roll your things. Stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. What?
System shock.
What? Oh, shit. Not poison, is it? Here it is. Did I win?
Yeah. It's really strong. and you two just sort of lock eyes, and as long as the other one is drinking, neither of you stop until it's drained.
That's right. I will slam my cup onto the table and high five him.
Yeah, he sort of slams the horn down onto the his table that's nearby, and he goes, "Another!" And basically, two more are brought because neither Francent nor Cece are like downed theirs the way you two did.
I mean, if you get it fast, you just got to get it down. I'm explaining this to the people who haven't drank it fast. Just get it down, and you'll be fine.
Okay, let's do that again. System shock. Oh.
That good?
Yeah, you guys do that thing. It's definitely a contest where you're locking eyes and not giving up. You're playing chicken with liver disease.
Right.
He actually has a little moment where he seems to inhale some of it and he has to stop to cough, whereas you just sort of drain yours and just like clunk.
Fight weights.
But he drains his and just like slams it down and calls for another. Ooh, that's not good.
Oh, maybe.
Just don't be worse than him.
I feel like I should just say at this point, I have to take care of the boat, and I don't want to show up to work drunk. So I should probably call it here.
Really backing down, huh?
What's wrong with that? I just didn't want to get like completely wasted and not remember how I got back to the ship. It happens too often to me in real life, so.
Okay.
I am more in control of my alcoholism in the game than out of the game.
I mean, you guys have gathered a crowd, and seem to be causing like a commotion. Like you are holding pace with him.
All right. I'll show off a little more. I'll down another one.
I can't believe I had to talk you into that.
Some shot.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh god, what is it? I can't see it yet. Oh, good.
Okay. Wow.
Right, I just drank him under the table. Bam. I drain mine and then I look on the floor where he's at.
No, he's not on the floor. He is sort of leaning so far to the left that he's sort of halfway out of his chair. And basically spends the rest of the time just talking about how much he loves you guys.
We love you too, man. Like, we're besties now.
And he goes, no, you don't get it. I love you.
Totally get it, man. I love you too.
No. You don't. I love you.
I totally do. I love you.
And
I do the little heart thing with my hands.
Basically, wow. What would he be? There is a little guy. Sort of looks like his growth was stunted at some point, and he plays some sort of musical instrument. Appears to be made out of like a bag.
Is it a bagpipe?
Not exactly. It would
It's just
be,
a plastic bag that he blows over?
no. It's like played like a bagpipe, but it would sound more like an accordion. Like a really simple accordion.
I tell him to play something jazzy.
Um, it would. Whenever he sees you notice that guy, he goes, "Hey, you like that? You can have him." And he goes, "Hey, you go with them now." He goes, "See, he's yours."
Who is? What that guy? You're just giving us a person? All right.
I love you guys.
I love you too, man. This is the best present ever. You're so awesome.
The musicians sort of silently pack up. Apparently, he's got two like backup guys that come with him.
Oh, did they come up with us too, or are you keeping them?
They apparently go with him.
All right. Well, this works out really well for us.
Anyway,
Do they do any tricks? Like, do they know how to roll over or fetch?
they make noises that sound pretty.
Oh, that's my favorite kind of musician.
Shh, don't tell anyone. They're gonna. Everyone wants one if they know.
Suck when that happens.
Anyway, I think what's their faces would come in and tell you that basically it's time to start laboriously toting most of a tree back to the ship.
All right. I mean, I really should stay here for the good of the some shit and diplomacy and stuff.
As much good as I'm sure you would be for some shit.
I am totally down with some shit.
Okay, here we go. Okay. So I'm assuming you guys just start toting a tree back, right? If you have said something,
Yes. Yes.
it was not
Yeah,
heard.
but I'm not carrying it. I am totally not carrying that. I will supervise.
Okay. Yeah, so the 6 you rescued are mostly doing the carrying. Your Scrab is, of course, writing all this down. Druid's husband is sort of at the back. Druid is up front with you. And Francis is trying not to leave where the alcohol is until absolutely necessary.
I walk over to Francis and say, "Man, I love you too." Start up this whole conversation, but this time with a new person.
Ah, gotcha. He would just kind of... he managed to carry out 2 horns, both of which are sort of overflowing with the alcohol. And so basically, while he's trying to down one so he can go back in and refill it, he just sort of goes, mm-hmm. It's apparently his I love you too. So, you guys walk back. Would you notice it first, or would it be up to somebody else? That's the question.
Totally up to somebody else. I'm pretty drunk.
Okay, so Druid Lady, whose name is Kalti the Druid Lady, would tell everybody to stop. And she would sort of come up to you, and her husband would sort of walk up next to you too, and she would point off in the distance. And there is what is very clearly a bear.
I just turn back to her and say, "Party pooper." All right, let's go bag us a bear.
What? Why is she responsible for the bear?
I'm going to. I want a trophy.
I don't understand.
You get trophies if you shoot them.
No, I don't get why she's a party pooper for pointing out there's a bear.
Because that bear crashed our party. Like, we didn't want him here. You invited him.
Okay. She would tell you to hold on. That might not be necessary. Here's the key, though. Do you listen to her?
Yes.
Okay. So, she would walk up. She starts sort of waving her arms in place. And, it's hard to describe. I'm just thinking of video game stuff, I guess. It just sort of looks like, for an instant, there's like a flash of light and it looks like she grows fur. But, you know, then the flash goes away and she didn't. But she starts growling to the bear, who just calmly growls back.
Well, not my monkeys, not my zoo. I keep walking.
She rolls up her hand and goes, not that way. And points like down a different.
Around.
She points down a different route and goes, we should go that way. The way we've been going goes right by our den.
And that concludes our test of the emergency broadcast system. I will just continue walking in the correct direction.
Which way is the correct direction?
Back to the ship.
The way she pointed, or continuing down the wrong way?
No, not the wrong way.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I'm with you. Alright, so you managed not to kill a bear, too. Fine.
I am good at talking my way out of...
Oh, well, at least letting someone who can do it.
Yep. Less work for me, but more credit.
So, you guys would make it back to the ship. They say it'll probably take... I mean, you'll probably get back underway midday tomorrow. Crew won't be in any shape to do any serious paddling, so if the wind's bad, well, you might be stuck somewhere. But you know, if you want, they can be underway as early as midday the next day, and you would get there evening. So,
what kind of area have I gotten myself into?
What?
Like you said, we're gonna leave on the boat, right?
You just got back to the boat. They say that by midday of the next day, they could probably get underway. Of course, they have the paddle boat section is for when the winds are not favorable. And so the crew will be worn out from staying up all night fixing the boat, so they won't be in any position to paddle if the winds aren't good. It's basically just like a very mild risk that you might be stuck somewhere for a day in some doldrums or something.
Yeah, well, see, I assure the captain that, her men can take care of this and there will be no delays. Do I make myself clear? Good. I'm glad you agree, and I walk away.
Just sort of gives a little head shake, like, I don't know what that was about. So, what you guys do for the rest of the night?
Sleep and eat more bacon and eggs.
Okay. What is your plan on,
like for the next day?
What are your plans?
I gotta know for when. Like, my plan for the night is go and get out of my leather and like put on some pajamas with walk around the camp like that for a little
No,
while.
I mean, like, where would you be going after? Like, whenever you can get underway, where do you plan to get underway to?
Map. Come on, map.
I'm not entirely sure what you just said. I just heard map.
Okay. I want to head this way and see if I can just kind of circle the island, see what's on the other side.
Okay. That sounds good. So, where we end is we end on the 15th day.
And
around 12 p.m.
I convinced one of the daughters to wait for me.
Okay.
Harem girls. And I will totally be coming back for you.
Gotcha. The captain does want to know what's up with these four skinny pale guys.
Oh, I think I should pull my bow, knock an arrow back, and tell them they should go on about their business. And
the leader guy who plays the strange-looking bag says he was told to go with you, so he goes with you.
well, I'm not a babysitter here. Do you have any kind of skills whatsoever?
He gestures to the little hand drums, the little stringed instrument, and his bag.
Okay, what about in a fight? Are you any good in a fight? Besides playing chase music?
He just kind of shrugs.
Lovely. That good? This is on it.
I feel like the captain would still would go like, I still haven't answered me. Who are these guys?
New friends of ours.
She'll just sort of shake her head, I guess. Not exactly sure what's going on with you?
Me?
Yep. Captain is not entirely sure.
Oh. Me either. Okay, are we calling it there? I'm sleepy.
Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna try to figure out how to do this. I'm sort of taking it the 4E approach, where things are more or less worth like 1/10, you know? Basically, you're trying to get 10 encounters of some kind.
Okay. So
the bear itself was worth 420, but I would raise that to 500 just because I like any solution that's not just immediate combat. So,
what about the bubbly creature?
you didn't do anything there.
Uh-huh, I threw a pig at it.
You didn't do anything.
I threw a pig. Did not fly, but I threw it. Are we? Are
Hold
good?
on. You won a drinking contest, which was kind of fun. You apparently picked up some slaves, which it's a good thing you're neutral. You're a thief, right?
Yep.
What is your dex?
16.
16? Do you get +5 or +10? Do you get +5 or +10?
+1.
+1?
The little in parentheses next to it.
No, as a thief. Hold on. I'll look it up. I'm looking it up. So what are you going to run? You know you have to know.
I'm gonna run one of those Savage Worlds ones.
Good. I'm looking for the thief. Any thief character with a dexterity greater than 15 gains the benefit of being able to add 10% to his experience points. So +10. So we go. Go 1, 7, 5, 0.
B. Mark. Close parentheses.
And then it would be a 1, 7, 5. So, 12. Go 9. Go 1. So basically, what I'm gonna say, even though it's ridiculous, is. Oops.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I heard a beep.
That.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, like I said, I'm sort of taking the 4E approach, where it's just sort of like 10 encounters of some kind.
Okay, does is that with the 10% bonus?
Yes. So basically, you had 10,001. You should have 11,926.
11,000.
That's how much you should have.
All right, there we go.
Do you want to make a note of what you plan to do? That you plan to sail around the northeast section of the island? The island you're at?
Yeah, I'm putting it in notes.
Oh, okay.
Ah, stop. I don't want to open stuff.
I don't either. Just stop it. Just stop doing it.
Hey, we did a thing, and it was successful, and I didn't die.
That's true. You actually talked your way out of a lot, which was surprising.
I am a talking kind of thief. Anyway, I'm sleepy.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye, stranger.